Hey guys, Justin with JT Creative here again. We are just continuing in this video series about keyword research, and I'm going through basically my entire strategy on how I research for keywords before I create a blog article or try to rank a web page that I've created. And keyword research is the first step in really getting noticed in Google, so it's really important that you don't skip this step. In step one, our video showed us how to just think through the keywords that we would need to use to get people's attention. What are people going to type into the search bar to find my article? And then in step 2, 3, and 4, which was the second video we just did, we arranged all of that data, including data we received from Keywords Everywhere. So we pulled out related keywords and long tail keywords, and we put them into a nice spreadsheet. And so all I've done away from this video is actually combine the sheets into one Excel spreadsheet. So if you're looking here at my screen, you can see that we've got our competitor analysis here, and I've kicked out most of the irrelevant keywords. There are still some that are a little much. I don't like to kick everything else. Go to top is probably not necessary. I don't like to kick everything out all the time because there might be reasoning behind it, and especially if it's a word that was used very frequently. But up here we notice that we have the most frequent things because we are actually sorted by occurrences. So these are the most frequently used words in their article, and this was the person that ranked number 2 on Google. And then down below, I've just added those other two things that we took from Keywords Everywhere. The keyword phrases, which we found these 4 that actually got more monthly searches than what we had originally typed in. And then our long tail keywords over here. Now you'll notice that there is green on some of these, and I've already done that as well. But all I do is I look at these words that we want to use the most. And I see that free, create, how to, blog, WordPress, and plugins are used a lot by our competitor, but also they're important things. Plugins, we're going to talk about those. Themes, we're going to talk about those. So my article is now coming together. I'm seeing what topics need to be covered in my article just by researching the keywords. I know that I've got to talk about plugins. I know that I have to talk about themes. And then down here, you also see there's hosting and analytics. So people do want to know about hosting, although I usually am talking about WordPress.com. A lot of people will Google. There's a lot of Google traffic that goes through where should I host my WordPress site. So all of these things can now become part of my article, and I haven't had to really think through a whole lot of it. It's just the keywords telling me what to do, what people want, and what they want to read about. So same thing goes down here with the keyword phrases, start a WordPress blog, setting up a WordPress blog, how to create and create. All of these are going to be mentioned in my article. One of them may be the title, or at least part of it in the title. I'll use a heading for that. Things like that. And then over here on our long tail, you notice that the first 2 I didn't highlight green. And the only reason for that is how to create a blog is something that would cause me to change the focus of this article. I'm focusing on WordPress only. If I wanted to, which you could change because we haven't written anything yet, but you could say, okay, maybe I'll just how to create a blog. And then I'll go through the different platforms and compare WordPress and Wix and Squarespace and see how they stack up against each other. That could change the tone of our article, but I'm deciding to stay with WordPress. And then free blog sites is a really great thing for another article another day. We can go through 5 different websites that offer blogging platforms and compare them and tell people which one works better for the things that they want to do. That's a great way for informational content, and people who are on that journey to find something will find your brand or your blog, your website, and consider you the authority on that topic. So again, that's giving me an idea for a future article, while not really anything that I'm going to put in here. All of this stuff, though, is giving me ideas for headings and different topics that I'm going to cover in this article. Templates, okay? So that's a whole section because we need to talk about the different templates in WordPress. Plugins here again. And then we have Elementor. So they're talking about a plugin. They're very specific and asking about building a page with Elementor. And then also talking about step by step. That's a good keyword for people who are looking for information like this. And then down here at the bottom there is create hyperlinks in WordPress. So that's another thing that we can go over, teach people how to link something within WordPress in their blog. So all of this stuff to say, we've now got some ideas for topics we're going to cover in this article. We have the keywords, we have the density that we need to cover, we have the volume that those are searched for. So I'm going to look, and most of these over here are low competition keywords, okay? Same over here, low competition keywords. So really what we have to do is just make sure we cover all the topics that we need to make this a thorough article, and we need to use the words in a manner that tells Google what our site's about, but also expresses our own experience and our own personal use of the WordPress site. And so it's important that we're not always looking for using the keywords and I need to use this many times. This is a guide. All of this stuff is a guide, and what we want to do is use it to craft our own article. Okay, so that will be the next step. Our next step is going to be creating an outline that will allow us to write a blog article that will answer all of these questions, show up in Google, and hopefully rank on the first page. That's the next video. We're going to look at the outline. Hopefully you have a decent looking spreadsheet like this by now. And as always, you can send me questions to my email. But I hope this helps, and have a look out for the next video, which will be writing the outline. Thanks a lot.